Dynamite. Straight into my Spotify playlist. Where's my phone right now? Where's my phone? As I'm being introduced to BTS, I gotta listen to their music. I don't know where to start because there's so many music. I started listening to like their earliest album. This album, I listened to one song, I Need You. I think that was the name. But I gotta listen to their most popular songs. This song, Dynamite, even though I've heard like the chorus of this music, I didn't know it was BTS because this came out like when I was, I think, a senior in high school. So it was playing on the radio probably. That's what I've heard. But I didn't know it was BTS. I thought it was just one of the other pop American artists that I didn't know about, like One Direction, but it was BTS. So I think I'm familiar with the chorus of this. But this is 3 years ago, so they were already a world star famous band, group by this point. This is when they decided to conquer the American music charts after conquering the Korean music charts, because they didn't have any competition in the Korean markets. It was just they were first place and there was no second place in terms of popularity and their music and rankings. So they decided to, okay, it's time to go to the world. It's time to go to the biggest music industry in the world, which is America. And then they dominated with this music. From if I remember correctly, I was watching the BTS history video. That's what was said on the video. Okay, let's listen to this. First listening, let's just enjoy the music. Let's not talk too much. No pausing. Hey, if you want to watch full uncut reactions, click the link in the description. You can check out full unedited reactions for TV shows, music reactions, and album reactions, which is in the description for Patreon. As you guys know, most of the reactions that I do on this YouTube channel, it's copyrighted, so unfortunately it is demonetized. It is not monetized. So maybe if you want to support the channel, just consider supporting the channel. You can click the link in the description for Patreon, or if you just want to check out the full reactions, again, on Patreon. Thank you. That's it. Bye-bye. Let's groove and vibe while drinking a sparkling water. It's so funny for me to watch because I'm watching Run BTS right now from the earliest episodes. They look so mature here, man. Yeah, this is Jungkook's voice. I'm so proud of him, man. Knows where he started from. I haven't heard RM in a lot of different music. I've heard this part. Yeah, his dancing is just out of this world, man. That Michael Jackson kick. Wow, that's a different type of tune I've never heard. It's more pop vibe. I've also heard Never Sugar sing like this. Nah, my man is looking fly. Look at how far they come, man. stars tonight.
So watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with the little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite.
That's exactly like Jimmy too. He always hugs like randomly. Wow, that was so beautiful. Dude, now I understand why you guys wanted me to watch Run BTS. Now, why you guys wanted to watch the Guide to BTS. I appreciate their success. Like I'm literally feeling proud now. Remember where they came from? The music they were making. The first album only sold 40,000 copies, and they were struggling. And look at them now. Gosh, they look so mature and cool. Oh, now I feel sad. They're going to the military, right? All of them, we're not going to be able to see and hear new music and new updates from them. Wow, it's so crazy how far I've learned about these group, and like I'm feeling attached to them in a matter of 8-9 days. Wow, okay, let's watch it from the beginning. We can pause it a little bit more now. Right? Who's hiding in the back? Oh, Jimin.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning.
Oh, also he got the tattoos too. When did he get it? Probably like last year. It wasn't that late, right? I'm pretty sure it was pretty early. I want to like see in detail what is exactly on the tattoo and what is the meaning too.
Rock and roll, kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea.
I like how everything fits. Like, look, the style that he's singing right now. The clothes that he's wearing, like Beatles type of clothes, right? 90s Beatles, and you can see the iconic Beatles walking poster there. And during that time, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger was being famous, and I have a big tattoo of Arnold. See? That is Arnold right here. This is one of my first like big tattoos. When I was starting to get into lifting and bodybuilding, it was the first tattoo I got. That's a Terminator poster. I love Arnold's voice. You know, this is like my first time listening to their pop songs together. The first song I've listened to from BTS as a group was like the old song they have, I Need You. And that was more, it was made like 8 years ago. So it was different. The vibe was different. It wasn't necessarily happy pop. It was more emotional. It was a lot of like techno music. It was some vocals. But this is more pop and hypey and happy music. Oh, look at those tattoos. I wonder what that is on his thumb. I can see a heart there. I can also see like small birds. Yeah. That dancing is so good. Again, knowing where he came from, like remember when he was like 18 years old, when he was in high school, dancing like those performer arts, all that. Now he's dancing here. It's just so good. I feel like no matter how much I practice, I can never dance like that. Bring a friend, join the crowd, whoever wanna come along. Word up, talk, just I know V from the BTS stuff. I know V from the R&B, the smooth voices. I haven't heard him sing in this poppy type of vibe. RM looks good with the blue hair. Also, first time hearing Suga singing hip hop. It suits him. That's nice. Oh, that suit looks so fly. I was just listening to V's Christmas cover, and he was in the thumbnail. You can see V wearing green. Like, it's not green, bright green. It's dark green, right? It's almost like tail, darkish green that looks aesthetic. It really suits V. That color palette suits her. Now I'm sad. They're going to the military. What's even more sad is not the fact that I'm not gonna be able to hear them sing, and I'm not gonna be able to run BTS, or maybe I'll be catching up right when they come out of military and they're gonna start making more content. I'll be catched up with everything, so it's perfect for me. Like, this allows me to catch up with everything, and when they come out, like I'm I'm officially a fan in an army, so it fits me. But what makes me sad is the fact that they're not gonna be able to see each other for a long time. I think some of them were going into military together in the same branch. Some of them are separated, but they're not going to be able to be together as a group for a long time. That's even more sad. Because if you've been with the group for years and just getting a small glimpse of the hardships they went through as a group, imagine the camaraderie and the friendship that they've built together. And when they separate, it'll be tough. I hope Suga, he's not alone. I hope Suga is with Jimin. That's the best case scenario. I think Jungkook is tough. V is also tough. And I would want them to be with somebody, at least 2x2, or if they're 3x4, separated like that. I know Jungkook and V, they're emotionally strong. They're physically strong. If they are alone, they can handle it. But for Suga and I think Jin, maybe even RM, they need Jimin. They need them. So hopefully they're together. Please let me know. This is so beautiful. How could you not smile? How could you not be happy right now? Dynamite. Straight into my Spotify playlist. Where's my phone right now? Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Where is my phone? Okay, let's watch the breakdown, and then we can hear it one more time. BTS Dynamite breakdown. Whoa! The breakdown is made by a genius? Holy crap. Hey, if you want to watch full uncut reactions, click the link in the description. You can check out full unedited reactions for TV shows, music reactions, and album reactions, which is in the description for Patreon. As you guys know, most of the reactions that I do on this YouTube channel, it's copyrighted, so unfortunately it is demonetized. It is not monetized. So maybe if you want to support the channel, just consider supporting the channel. You can click the link in the description for Patreon, or if you just want to check out the full reactions, again, on Patreon. Thank you. That's it. Bye-bye. What? Okay, we need to watch Bookish Theories, of course. And let's watch first Genius. Looks like the producer was a Western producer, yeah? Okay, I need to add the song to my Spotify playlist. Dynamite. Okay, added to my playlist. Oh, but okay, let's watch the Genius breakdown.
I wouldn't even really call this a K-pop tune.
Yeah. This was K-pop tune would have a lot of Korean words. This was K-pop tune that I know there's like electric bang songs, and then there's vocals, and then there's another electric bang songs, and then there's like vocals, right? This was strictly pop. This is pop music everywhere across the different cultures, different countries.
This is quite straight down the line. Pop. You know, they do things so well in the K-pop world. It's so slick. And BTS are really slickness personified.
And the Dynamite. Is he the producer?
We knew that BTS were looking for what would be their first big breakout English spoken single. No one knew where to go with it, so it was a bit of a stab in the dark, but we did know.
In 2020 January, BTS became the first Korean group to perform at the Grammys. I gotta watch the Grammys performance.
With tempo, the song was written over Zoom with myself and my writing partner Jessica Gomba. We're both British. We're both from London. Jess is from East London. I'm from West London. She's proper.
Previously produced songstar for like Jonas Brother and Haley Steinfeld. I can see like the Jonas Brother, the influence, the producer, the music behind it. I can see that. The pop, like British
character. There was certain references that we used. For example, I think we say something about pass the paracetamol. Pass the paracetamol to the director. I'm free tomorrow. Paracetamol in the UK is like a painkiller, like a Tylenol. We were just writing it from our point of view rather than writing it from a Korean point of view or for a US point of view. We just wrote what felt kind of right to us. We sent it over to Ron Perry with a batch of other songs. I get a call, a FaceTime from Ron Perry, and he was like, dude, they're
Columbia
taking Dynamite,
Records,
and we're going full steam ahead with it. I would have started with a tempo, what feels good, so I would have literally just clicked in, click, 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 because I felt as soon as I can start doing that in my, like that kind of chicken bop, like
as soon as this played, I was doing the same thing.
Full steam ahead with it.
Unconsciously, I'm moving my head like that.
I would have started with a tempo,
and then
what feels good, so I would have literally just clicked in, click, click.
Yeah, I was unconsciously exactly doing this.
As soon as I can start doing that in my, like that kind of chicken bop, like I can start almost hearing where I need to take it. I bring up a bunch of sounds, start to feel what's, you know, play around what's feeling good, and then I land on this sound.
Okay, this is more of like the making of the music, yeah? Let's watch the Bookish Theories. Bookish Theories, my Italian lady.
Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video I would like to talk about BTS's Dynamite, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of the lyrics, the music video and the references to pop culture that they included in the MV. Dynamite is a song that deals with the themes of happiness, joy and confidence that is meant to spread light and positivity in the lives of those who listen to it. Now, in comparison to BTS's latest releases, which heavily relied on the theories of Carl Jung and the map of the soul concept, Dynamite is a song that is meant to be more lighthearted and carefree. As BTS themselves have stated, the track could be seen as an expression of the boys' passion for music and dancing that is also meant to
we really wanted to perform badly, and as a team we should keep communicating with this fan. We were let down and felt helpless. I confidently say that I love music and I have passion for music and dancing more than anything else, but I realize once again it's more important than that. We have people who listen and love our music. And if you think about the timeline, this was straight after COVID, and when I was listening to their video on their history, when the COVID came up, they had a huge tour aligned and scheduled all around the world, but it had to be canceled, so they couldn't communicate with their fans for a long time. And I think this was a kind of makeup to, like, they as a group felt bad. Okay, we had this huge tour that we scheduled therefore, and we had to cancel it, and I feel bad, and I need to make up for the fans. I need to make up for the army. So let's make happy music. Let's make everyone's gonna make laugh, and it's gonna make everybody happy. Let's stream some rainbows and happiness through their bloodstreams, which they did.
Highlight their desire to keep on challenging themselves and overcome the sense of helplessness and frustration that overpowered them during these past few months. Much like the majority of us, the boys had to change their lifestyle and find a way to deal with the difficulties that the pandemic has caused. But instead of giving in to negativity, BTS decided to use this opportunity to create a song whose goal is to bring energy and comfort to their listeners. Now, in order to achieve this goal, this time around, BTS,
especially like BTS, where it's billions of people watching them, they're in another level. They don't. If they feel bad, if they feel depressed, and if they make a depressed music while we're also depressed during the pandemic, that will affect billions of people. That will make us feel even bad, even worse. And if they made a sad song, it's understandable because everybody's going through tough times. But despite all of that feelings, they made a conscious decision of making a positive music to impact and to think about their listeners and their armies, to make us and all the other fans to feel better. They wanted to make a happy song.
To sing the full song in English as a means to reach a wider audience. And to deliver their positive message even further, the video shows us the boys playing the role of young students who find themselves in different locations where they cannot help but dance as soon as they start singing the song.
Also,
now, as we've seen a second, the video is full of references to Western pop culture that are especially evident in Jungkook and Suga's scenes. But despite all the different callbacks that we can find in both the lyrics and the MV, Dynamite is first and foremost an homage to Michael Jackson and Motown, which is an African-American record label that especially in the 60s played an essential role in the racial integration of the mainstream media.
I mean, from Jimin's dancing, there was also a lot of Michael Jackson vibes to it, like the legs throwing and then like certain movements, like those funky movements. And also listening to Jungkook's recent songs, there was a lot of Michael Jackson vibes to it. I can see that there's a theme of deriving inspiration from Michael Jackson.
While the sound of the song has been heavily influenced by the funky and disco vibes of the Jackson 5, the choreography is a mix of disco dancing and some of the most iconic moves by Michael Jackson. And this homage is extremely fitting in this context because MJ's ideology and discography heavily advocated a universal message of racial and social equality. If you're familiar with Michael Jackson's music, then you know that MJ believed that
also while BTS is making Dynamite, there was a lot of Asian hate criminal activities going on in America. A lot of news, people hurting older Asian generation and Asian people in New York and subways in LA areas because of COVID. People were hating on Asian people, thinking, it came from China, and therefore there was a lot of racial and criminal activities towards Asian people. And looking at the theme of Michael Jackson, of how it was more about, social equality and bringing peace to the world, Dynamite had the similar effect. And the unconscious thought was that, we're bringing peace to this world where there's all this hate going on, especially in America. And this was also directly towards directed towards America. It was made with full English lyrics.
Music had the power to bring the people together and change the world for the better. And his entire discography reflected this belief in a way that inspired his listeners to take action and change the world themselves. You see, by making music that was inclusive, revolutionary, and socially aware, Michael Jackson's goal was to inspire change, bring joy, and heal the world. So by paying a tribute to him, BTS
like healing the world in terms of the pandemic was tough, and again, because of the pandemic there was a lot of racism towards Asian people, and also that's healing and bringing peace to America specifically.
They show us that they want to take part in this change because they share the same universal message of love, healing, and equality. Much like Boy With Love,
Wow.
Dynamite is all about
Did RM make a speech on the UN that looked like the UN?
appreciating the
listen to
joy
that.
that can be found in the little things and bringing the fire in your metaphorical night. So even if nowadays it's very difficult to have this positive attitude, BTS wants to help you with that by giving you energy and comfort through their music. Now in the video, this idea is perfectly conveyed by showing the boys vibing to Dynamite from the beginning of the day all the way through the night. So the song begins with Jungkook getting ready in the morning and starting his day dancing to Dynamite after drinking a glass of milk. Now right off the bat, these visuals are very telling because him having a milk mustache is actually a reference
Can I tell you guys something right now? I'm in a foreign country. I'm away from my family. I haven't seen my parents, my little brothers for years now. I'm not in America right now, and there's a lot of loneliness. It was just, it was tough for a couple of years, especially in the last few months, and I was even considering stopping this channel, and, starting working in a different company. And it's been only 9 days ago where I found out about BTS, and I understand why you guys love them, and you guys say like they fixed you guys from depression, they brought you guys a lot of happiness into your guys' life. And when I first started reading those comments, I thought you guys are over exaggerating, but no, I understand. The loneliness that I felt a month ago, loneliness that I felt because I haven't been able to see my family and my little brothers, and I'm in a foreign country where I don't speak the language that well. It's not necessarily fully gone, but it has diminished in the last few days because I've been reacting to BTS, watching around BTS, getting to know them. I feel like I'm also a part of a community because of you guys' comments, and I haven't been feeling lonely for the last 2-3 days.
milk campaign that was especially popular back in the 90s. But this is only one of the many pop culture references that can be found throughout the song, because in JK's scene alone we see a lot of callbacks that perfectly fit the retro concept. As he dances around wearing double denim and Timberlands, which in and of itself is an outfit inspired by the late 80s and early 90s, in the background we can see posters of Nirvana, AC/DC, David Bowie, Queen and the Beatles, which are all legendary artists that, much like them, changed the music industry to the point of no return. The callbacks to pop culture, however, also dive into other media as well, because if in the back we can see a Simpsons sticker and right on the side we can see a poster from the Terminator, in the lyrics JK also mentions King Kong, which is a movie monster that gained major popularity, especially in the 60s and the 70s. In the song, JK encourages you to be strong like King Kong and roll on like a rolling stone. And this line is not only meant to motivate you to keep going and stay positive, but it's also a reference that recalls both the band Rolling Stones and the song Like a Rolling Stone, which is a track by Bob Dylan that first came out in 1965.
Also, Bob Dylan's lyrics in the music influenced Steve Jobs a lot. If you read Steve Jobs' biography, before he started Apple, he was kind of this hippie, and he would travel to India, do a lot of LSDs and different drugs, and he would listen to Bob Dylan all day long. He would buy his albums with his friend who started also, Steve Wozniak. He's the co-founder of Apple with Steve Jobs. They would listen in their room, they would smoke weed, and they would just talk about Bob Dylan lyrics, and it had a heavy influence on Steve Jobs.
Backs, the next line actually encourages the audience to jump up like LeBron. And this is an obvious reference to LeBron James, which is a legend of the NBA that first rose to notoriety in the late 2000s. Now, the callback to LeBron here is a very interesting one because, strictly speaking, it doesn't really fit the retro concept unless we put him together with Suga's Scene, which actually shows Yoongi playing basketball and wearing a Toon Squad jersey from Space Jam, which is an iconic movie starring Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes that first came out in 1996. Now, the references to LeBron and Space Jam here are not only connected because they are both about basketball, but also because next year LeBron will actually star in the sequel of Space Jam. And even if this is just a speculation on my part, this reference could be foreshadowing that BTS might actually sing the soundtrack for the upcoming movie. For now, this is just a theory.
Wait. 1 second, let me search. No BTS, but it makes sense though, because Space Jam, it was a lot of the culture was black culture, and it makes sense for their cast and the whole actors to be, black. Okay, that makes sense.
Theory, of course, but whether this will turn out to be true or not, the reference to LeBron is also fitting with the overall theme of the song, which is to find confidence in yourself and find the strength you need to glow up like the diamond that you are. In the video, the Dynamite day that you are spending with BTS continues at the record store with RM and at the donut shop with J-Hope. And the more we move around, the happier the song gets, because when you shine through the city with a little funk and soul, you light up like dynamite thanks to the music that is bringing you joy. As we see in the video, however, happiness should also be enjoyed with other people, so even if most of us are still social distancing, the boys are encouraging you to connect with others through the power of music. In his verse, V wants you to spread their positive message and believe in yourself no matter what people say. And this concept is expressed yet again through references to pop culture, because in the lyrics, V encourages you to word up and move like we off the wall. Now, word up here is an expression of agreement that became popular back in the 80s after the band Cameo released a song with the same name. But when it comes to Off the Wall, the callback gets a little bit trickier because it can actually be a reference to two different influences. On one hand, Off the Wall could be a callback to the slogan that Vans used since the 70s, which was meant to celebrate the individuality and the creativity of those who wore Vans and that at the time went against the norm. On the other, however, Off the Wall is also a song by Michael Jackson that literally says that life ain't so bad if you leave it off the wall. So this reference basically implies that if you look at the bright side and live life the way you want to, you can find happiness no matter the circumstance.
Wow. Hey, thank you, Bookish Theories, for making these videos. I would never. She really takes her time in going into these lyrics and
this
researching
is the medicine that
properly.
RM mentions in the lyrics, and the medium through which BTS is literally making it right. So as we enjoy the sunset with Jimin and prepare to go to the disco with Jin, the boys dance around because that's what makes them happy during these difficult times. No matter what happens, they will find a way to spread positivity and share it with ARMY.
I also think these type of clothes are making a comeback, where the disco clothes, this jacket is a little bit baggy, pants where it's more baggy on the bottom. I'm wearing that pants right now. Okay, wait. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna fit the frame. See this? This is a normal pants at the top, and then if you look down, it's baggy on the bottom. Yeah. So the clothes that I'm wearing right now, it is that 90s like disco style.
As this is what their journey is all about. So even if for now everybody's stuck at home, the reference to the airplane implies that their journey continues because music knows no boundaries. If you look closely, the video ends with the boys dancing in a field that looks very similar to the one that we saw back in We Are Bulletproof the Eternal. And this is not a coincidence, because this is a place that represents a dream where BTS and ARMY are together. So the fact that they chose to end the video there implies that as long as people are united through music, we will always be able to find comfort and happiness no matter the distance that keeps us apart. So that's it from me today.
Hey, you guys should go and subscribe to Bookish Theories. This channel is golden. She really does take her time doing all these videos. Researching all the lyrics and doing the voiceovers. It should take some time. Yeah, like there's 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and she keeps making videos. And the views are. Hopefully, she's making good from the AdSense, because this will take a lot of time to do all this. Yeah. Shout out Bookish Theories. All right, let's listen to it one more time. Hearing the breakdowns, hearing everything, knowing everything. Let's hear it one more time. Dynamite. I'm smiling already. I was also looking for Jimin. Where's Jimin? I was looking for like a pink red hair, because that's the Jimin that I know. I don't know the modern, like this recent Jimin. I know this is 3 years ago, but I only just discovered BTS 7-8 days ago. So the Jimin I know is from Run BTS that was made years ago, and he has like a red pink hair. It makes sense he does this move. Because, knowing his background. Hey, if you want to watch full uncut reactions, click the link in the description. You can check out full unedited reactions for TV shows, music reactions, and album reactions, which is in the description for Patreon. As you guys know, most of the reactions that I do on this YouTube channel, it's copyrighted. So unfortunately, it is demonetized. It is not monetized. So maybe if you want to support the channel, just consider supporting the channel. You can click the link in the description for Patreon, or if you just want to check out the full reactions, again, on Patreon. Thank you. That's it. Bye-bye. Stars tonight. Also in the 90s, everybody used to drink milk. Orange juice and milk. I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone. Nice tea and I'll get my ping pong. I love RM's voice. Also, man, who wouldn't feel proud of Jungkook? And now I understand why you guys are commenting down on the Jungkook video. The first video I did on Jungkook when I listened to BTS for the first time 7 days ago. You guys are typing, I'm proud of Jungkook, like look how far he came from. I understand now, looking at when he started, he was 13, 14 when he started in this. Imagine being 13 years old. If I think of myself when I'm 13, I was a little kid. I didn't know anything about the world. I wasn't even a teenager. Imagine being thrown into this world of singing, dancing, practicing for hours, dieting and trying to look good, all the discipline and responsibility that was thrown into a 13-year-old kid. A lot of kids who are in Hollywood who end up being stars from a young age, they end up crazy. They end up taking drugs. Look at every Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network child stars. They are crazy now. But look at Jungkook. How can you not be proud? How can you not be say wow, look how far he came? Am I the only one that really enjoys RM's voice? I read a lot of the comments, and you guys appreciate everybody singing. A lot of V's appreciation, Jungkook appreciation, everybody like J-Hope, Jimin's dancing appreciation, Suga's rapping appreciation. But RM's vocals, that just that normal voice, I think he has a really soothing, deep voice that's quite masculine, and it's nice to hear. Just the vocal tone of it, it's really strong, and it's nice to hear. I think it goes under the radar sometimes. It makes me want to grow up my hair now. I'm wearing a hat because I buzzed my hair 2-3 months ago, so my hair is a mess right now. I'm gonna grow my hair out and just style it like that. Dynamite. so good. Wow, Suga should more make singles like this. When he's singing pop, he's so good. Starts the night. The plane. Again, this color, so good. So sweet. That kick. Okay, look at everybody's face when he's doing it. The first person I noticed was J-Hope. He was putting his heart into that Michael Jackson kick. Look. Okay, do you see that, J-Hope? Okay, now let's look at Jungkook. Yeah, Jungkook did it naturally. Let's look at Suga. Okay. Let's look at Jimin. Jimin will kill this kick. Yeah, no, natural. How can you move like that? How can I move with like style or groove? I look like a robot. I can't even move like that. What do you call a person who's so bad at dancing? That's me. I just no feel for the music at all. I can appreciate it. I can't do that. Damn it. Damn, everybody looks good. They're like glowing. Their eyes are glowing. Let the night light. That's so Jimin like, yeah. I'm happy as a clown. I'm happy. This marks the day. I think 8 days later, I figured out who BTS is. I was a fan first. I enjoyed the music first when I listened to Jungkook. I'm a big fan. I like to call myself an army. This music was so good. While I'm watching BTS run, I should keep listening with BTS songs so I can appreciate the music and the journey they went on. I've also, because I know their characters now, because I know the hardships they went through and their entire history, I enjoyed this way more. The music, if you don't know who BTS is, if you don't know Jin, RM, each single member, you can just, you're going to appreciate the music on this one single outer layer, which is just the music. And that's good. That's okay. If you don't know who BTS is, you're enjoying the music, and that's the first layer. But if you know a little bit about BTS, you're enjoying the second layer. But then if you're a huge fan, if you're an army, you know their each personality, you know what they like, you know who's a little bit more sad, you know who enjoys what, and then you can enjoy the music in a third layer, right? So because I've understand their history, the hardships they went through, and their each different personalities, I'm not enjoying just the first layer. I'm enjoying like 2-3 layers of onions. I'm enjoying deep down, like I feel it every single member. You know what I mean? I don't think I described that good, but yeah. Okay. What's the next song I should listen? Maybe I should just start listening from their most popular and then keep going down. Thank you guys for watching. That was Dynamite, BTS. This is my second BTS song, by the way. The first song, yeah, I Need You. That was my first BTS song. This is my second BTS song. And this is my favorite BTS song so far. But I mean, this is only like, top 2. This is from top 2. Yeah. Let me guys know what should be the next song I should listen to. And I also want to know a little bit more about their each single individual's history. Like, is there a documentary in each member? So I want to know more about Jungkook's history, like starting when he was a kid, what kind of personality did he have, and then until now. And then on RM and on Jimin and Jin and J-Hope, Suga, everybody, each single member. If there's a documentary that is well made, please let me know. Is there a Netflix documentary on them? Because Netflix documentaries, they're really good. I remember watching Taylor Swift's documentary, Steve Aoki's documentary on Netflix. They do, also Avicii's documentary on Netflix is really good. If you're a huge music fan, please go watch Avicii's documentary. It's the story of somebody who ended up killing himself, who was a big fan of music, but who was a deep introvert, and he didn't like to be in the public image, but he liked making music, and he didn't like the pressure that was being put upon him, and he ended up, okay. So please let me know next song I should listen to, and I would like to watch a documentary on each single member on their entire journey and in their life. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you armies for watching. It feels weird saying that. See you guys next episode. I'm gonna go and work out and hit the gym. Gonna go do some heavy light lift session while listening to Dynamite.